Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your JND news for the month of April, and I'm your host, Daniel Na. First, this week there was that big slap heard around the world. But I'm not gonna talk about that, man, come on. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. We should try to get the rights to Will Smith and Chris Rock. And maybe Koji can do a 1/3 scale hyper-real Oscar statue of Will Smith in a tuxedo going like this, and Chris Rock going like this. It'll be like a diorama. Man, if we could do that piece, I think it'll sell out in like 2 seconds tops. What do you think? I thought it was a good idea. Let's get to the real news. JND Studios' Instagram account was lost. It was hacked, and we tried to get it back, but somehow it got deleted, and now it's gone. So we've started a new one. The new handle is @JND Studios Collectible without the S at the end. If you haven't yet, please follow our new Instagram page and also share our posts and get the word out. We're trying to get this thing back in shape as soon as possible. This week, the first batch of local retailer shipments for 1 to 3 Selina Kyle was shipped out. We expect retailer shipments to continue till the end of April. So those of you who have ordered through your local retailer, hold on to your butts. I want to address some of the questions we've been getting about delivery and customer service for website orders as opposed to retailer orders. So to be clear, website orders versus orders from a local retailer will be a little different of an experience. Website orders get priority in delivery, so you get the first batch of shipments, which can take up to about a week depending on your location. But we ship by air, so shipping costs will probably be higher than the shipping costs from a retailer. Retailers will receive their orders after all website delivery is complete. Also, most retailers have their orders shipped by sea, which is more economical for them and their customers. But it can take up to a few months for your retailers to get it in inventory. For customer service, we provide direct service for website orders. So whenever you have any questions or needs, you can contact us directly. For local retailer orders, we have it where our retailers will provide the first line of service. So you will need to contact your retailer first. But rest assured, not only are JND retailers fully capable of providing most services, but JND also has a department that supports our retailers so that all needs are met in a satisfactory manner. Of course, the system is never perfect, so we may experience difficulties here and there, but please know that we are working in coordination with our retailers to provide the best support possible. Next, we've been getting reports about a bunch of scam sites and Facebook ads that show images of JND products and have them up for sale for like 50 bucks. We're doing our best to report them to authorities like Facebook and our licensor, so hopefully they'll be dealt with soon. We want to thank all the JND collectors for reporting them and letting us know. Lastly, I got to watch a new series on Disney Plus last night, MoonKnight. You know, I don't know about you, but a lot of the shows on Disney Plus have been kind of disappointing. The offshoots of the Avengers and the most recent one from Lucasfilm, I don't know. The characters aren't cool. The main character is not cool. But MoonKnight was cool. You don't see much of him in the first episode, but if you haven't seen it yet, I think a lot of y'all are gonna like it. This is gonna be a spoiler, so if you don't wanna hear it, skip it. So Oscar Isaac plays this really socially awkward, nerdy, loser type of guy named Steven from England who works at a crappy job in a museum. I don't know if he's doing it right, but I love the accent. I think it's like a South London accent, I think. Maybe someone from the UK can fill me in. Like, they don't pronounce their T's, you know, like he's always saying, light is gators, and he's like, no tuwa, you know, like those hard D's. I love it. So there's Steven with a British accent, and he's got some sort of a sleep disorder. Not exactly, but kind of like sleepwalking and a multiple personality disorder. So he chains himself to his bed every night, but then he goes to sleep and he wakes up in a different country, and he goes back and forth from being Steven to being this American guy named Mark, who's like an assassin. So he doesn't remember being Mark, but he suddenly switches back to being Steven, and he's in the middle of a gunfight or a car chase with some bad guys led by Ethan Hawke, who plays this cult leader type of villain. Then Steven wakes up to his normal life thinking it was all a dream, and then Ethan Hawke shows up at the museum where Steven works at. and Steven is about to be killed by an Egyptian god-looking monster, then Steven hears the voice of Mark in his head. He concedes the voice and he proceeds to turn into MoonKnight. So I like the premise. I like the contrasting personalities existing within our hero, the weak loser and the cold-blooded assassin in one body. And this loser turns into MoonKnight, a powerful, godlike being. Oscar Isaac is great as Steven the dork. The action is pretty good, and the whole thing was so vague and not giving away much at all. First episode really made you form a lot of questions in your mind, and at the same time, look forward to the next episode. I really want to see where they go with Steven as he begins to realize how he has access to the superpower of an Egyptian god. And I'm curious to find out who Mark really is. It looks like Ethan Hawke is going to be his biggest threat. I hope they do a good villain. A good antagonist is an absolute must. All the best movies have it. So please do a good job with this. Watching the new series, I thought, man, I wish we could get a license for MoonKnight. But we've come to find out that Marvel license is the most difficult license to get at this time, along with Star Wars. But we don't give up, and James Park, he don't give up, ever. So I'm not worried. We continue to talk to Disney on a regular basis to figure out how we can get a foot in this giant door of Disney. In the meantime, we have a big PO coming up this month. Listen, I have to say a little something about JND Studios, The Batman. I know other companies have already announced their versions way before this, and they all look really good. But for the JND collectors, I have to tell you, I think we got it right. You know, the Batsuit is not actually black in the movie. The movie was lit so dark, the suit seemed black as well, but it's actually closer to gray. So from the colors to the type of material of the cape and the pants, I think we got it accurately. And then the portrait of Robert Pattinson with the silicone skin and the glass eyes, it's one of the best portraits we've ever done, in my opinion. Can't wait for y'all to see it, so be on the lookout for our teasers. And I'll be back soon with another episode of JND News. Thanks for watching, and join us as JND Studios makes your collection stand apart.